All right, we're looking at the visions in the Scripture, Old Testament beginning there, and looking at the visions of particularly heaven. There's other appearances of God that we could look at, and all of them demonstrate that God is one. There is only one seen as Yahweh in any and all of the appearances and visions. All right, and so with that said, all of them in the Old Testament are static, with the exception of Daniel chapter 7. What I mean by that, they are tied to the specific time frame in which the vision is taking place in some way, shape, or form. For instance, Jacob's ladder. He saw Yahweh standing at the top of the ladder. Everything that takes place right there, although there's promises made for the future that will be for future fulfillments, everything that takes place there is about that time, basically. And whereas when we and same as with Job, chapters 1 and chapter 2, the sons of God are gathered, and this is similar to what we see in 1 Kings chapter 22 verse 19. It's also in 2 Chronicles chapter 18 verse 18. It's tied to Ahab's, how to get Ahab to fall at Ramoth Gilead, and so that's a static, more or less. It's to that time frame to take care of one bit of business, and it's similar to Job actually in much of its content. And then we have and that's Micaiah's vision, and then there's Isaiah's vision. Yahweh on his throne, Yahweh of hosts, my eyes have seen the Malach, the king of and then Ezekiel, much the same. But then we get to Daniel, and Daniel, it starts out and it talks about the four kingdoms, the four beasts that came up out of the sea, and there seems to be their fall. And then the Ancient of Days did sit, and then the Son of Man approaches. And so that's the only time in the Old Testament that the Son of Man is referenced in a vision. And it's important to recognize what is said. Son of Man is not a term of deity. It's a term illustrating the humanity, the mediator role of Christ. Okay? You have the Ancient of Days that's representing deity, representing the eternal God. And then in the New Testament, we have Jesus speaking at his trial. It says, hereafter you shall see. Then we have Stephen seeing Jesus on the right hand. And then in John's vision in Revelation, we see the one throne, one sitting on the throne in chapter 4. Time is elapsing, and then we have the Lamb appear. And so what I'm saying is there is never a vision in which Jesus is at the start of the vision as an eternal Son